Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a great Monday trading. We had a fantastic day, although it was a very choppy day. So I want to start out with just kind of going over our trading concept or our strategy today. Of course, using the Anchored LRC strategy to enter, exit trades, take profits. But most importantly, coming into today, for me and I think a good majority of the group, we knew that we have an earnings week. So my concern was that we were going to have any really good moves. So I decided right out of the gates that I was going to be a scalper much quicker than normal because typically we like to try to get in trades and and catch the whole move up and then the reversal back down if possible. But today I just took profits. And once again, by doing that, it doesn't hurt. May not, of course, could have made more, I think, and made more profit in some areas. But honestly, I was happy to just be locking away profit. So I, starting out today, I had a couple early trades. I got into Tesla right out of the gates. Um, and Tesla's trade was a was a small profit to begin with. I think I had like a 210 profit. Could have ended in a loss because we were looking for this to continue up um, and go above. So we got this push up. I hopped in. I actually hopped in as it was moving over the or I'm sorry, below the 270 level. It was rejecting, came below the 200 EMA, got into a couple puts, nothing major, but I ended up profiting $210 on that trade. As you can see, it's exactly what we look for in a setup. Um, we look for the move from an LRC level down through the 20, the 200, a major level, and I decided to hop in this as it was going and catch it as a breakout. Once again, that's riskier. I don't really urge people to do that. Sometimes you can get really great moves, sometimes not so much. But I actually took profit right away. As soon as this candle, I believe it was right when this candle started coming up, I decided, yep, I'm hopping out. I'm not going to hold. So that was a good trade this morning, and then I had another good trade above the for calls, and this one was a very simple setup, guys. One thing, if you're not really um, if you're not used to trading and watching price action or trading consolidation and watching price action, this is a great example of what you can look for every day, and you can take scalps and profit pretty easily if you just pay attention. Can they go against you? Of course. But what makes this really easy is one, using the levels, of course. So we had the 270. You can see Tesla got back up to the 270 and just was consolidating right here, basically forming a bear flag from this move up. All I was looking for was a break above this consolidation, and I got it. I actually entered below the 270. I called that out to the group. I was like, hey, I'm going to get in this at right at the 270, which is like right here, because I really thought we were going to get the move up. I was looking at the 20 EMA pushing up. I just noticed that we had such a really strong move up right here that this was just going to continue. So because of that, I entered the trade. I did exit pretty quickly because I only got in two contracts. I scaled one out here. I held, and I believe I took the last one there for a $239 profit. Not a huge profit. And once again today I was just profiting to build. I wanted to get, meet a quota of 1,000 a day. That's my goal. Um, I did that, but I did it through just scalping quickly, taking profits. Of course, I could have held, but I really wouldn't have got a whole lot more out of this from here to here after holding through all this drawdown. So it actually worked out pretty well for me. Of course, I didn't know that at the time. You trade based off of experience, instincts kick in sometimes. But really, price action and levels is exactly how you should be trading, in my opinion. Um, I did get into it. Well, I'll do this one last because I have started focusing on, or at least giving some credence to a strategy called the Strat strategy. If you look it up, you can find it all over YouTube, lots of videos. It's a really cool concept, and there's a lot of validity to it. It actually works quite well. So I'm now 4 for 4. I've traded that strategy 4 times. Today I went a little bit heavier on one of my trades. I've been pretty light in the past. It wasn't like super heavy, but it was heavy enough that I profited quite a bit on the trade. So um, and then I also had a TSM and an SPX trade, but I'll show you the TSM trade that I got into. Once again, just very simple trades. It honestly, guys, it's super easy if you're just paying attention and you manage your risk. If you manage your risk, you're going to get your reward. You're going to be successful. If you're not managing your risk and you're FOMOing and you're FOMOing in and you're FOMOing out because you may have got in over leveraged, and then you're watching your P&L and your P&L's your losses going down, and you're like, oh man, I can't take this much loss. So then you exit the trade only to watch it go the direction you needed it to go, and you would have been in a fantastic profit. But because you were over leveraged, that gets emotional and causes people to hop out of a trade. So I suggest that if you're ever in a trade and you feel that anxiety or that FOMO, if you even before you've hit what your stop loss is, then you're over leveraged. You're trading too much money at that time. Lower your amount that you're trading, reduce it to the point where you're not that worried. Build a consistency, build um, a muscle memory of trading, taking profit, staying green on the day, and move on to the next day. Do that. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That will build good habits, and it will also help teach you how to read the market, read price action, and become a better trader. Um, if you are getting into a trade, and you do have that anxiety, or, well, first off, if you're getting into a trade and you don't know where your stop is, you shouldn't even be getting in the trade. If you yourself do not know where your stop is and you're relying on another trader or someone else trading, you shouldn't be trading. That's my opinion. You should know what you're doing. If you are trading in a group like ours on our Discord and you guys are trading with me, um, don't just go by what I'm saying. Make sure you know your stops before you trade. Before you take a trade, if you're taking a trade that I call out that I'm taking, you should know what your stop is before I even mention what it is. That that is that is key to being successful, guys. So that's the number one thing. Well, there's several things. Manage your risk, don't over leverage, know your stops, and then the rest is easy. You'll have a stress-free trade. If it goes against you and hits your stop, you'll be like, okay, no worries, it just didn't work out. Um, but this strategy works like almost every time. So that's why I love it. That's why I continue to trade it. And that's why I've been successful. So let me show you the trade I got in today with TSM. Let me pull it up over here. Here it is. Okay. Okay, TSM I got in early as well. So I got in on puts right out of the gate, just like I did on Tesla. So TSM really had a really big candle going down. So once I crossed over, again, this was a breakout move. I will continually say, although I'm successful with them, they are of much higher risk. So if you're not willing to risk a loss, don't get in these. I will explain over time how I figured out how I trade breakout moves. If I get into a move that, and what I'm saying by a breakout for me, my assessment is if I have a candle and it's crossing through levels, just like this one came up, hit my 50% fib, started pushing down through the 20 EMA, pushed down through my yellow, started going through my green, also blasted right through a long LRC line. That's this one right here, this little dotted line in the background. I got in right here. I got in a little bit late on it, but that was okay. I was willing to take a loss or hop out if this went back up above the 20 EMA and closed above the 20 EMA, or in some cases when you get in breakout moves, guys, and if you're like first candle, you know how sometimes they can go all the way down, all the way back up. If you do that, how I trade it, and I've been pretty good at it, I do end up with losses sometimes, but how I trade this is I'll hop in, and if it comes back up, I exit. I'll just take my small paper cut loss, and I usually enter light until I see that I'm going to get the move. And that's exactly what I did here. I entered light. I entered on only two contracts, and I entered about right here as it was passing through the green LRC, and then that bad boy just kept going. And so I did take, I took, you know what? I did not even get out of this thing. That's wild. So I think I got in when I entered in. I did take my trade here, but in retrospect, I didn't get in until there because it was moving so fast. I did market order in, so I think I was much further down. And the reason I say that is because I bought two. I bought two to enter, and then when this came back and started pushing down here, I bought two more on this candle right here. And I did exit on one, two. I'm trying to count my candles. I have it up on my other chart. One, two. Okay, so I exited really good. I did exit I took three off because at this time I was in four. I took three off on my push right here down to my, oh no, I apologize. I took two off right here at this push down to the 61.8%. So I just scaled out. I locked in profit. At this point, I had two more left, and I held all the way up until I got back to, I think I ended up exiting. Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, I exited one here and then one here. Um, and I ended up, it wasn't a great profit. It was 143. I think that's what happened is I allowed this to come up and I traded this one poorly, partly because I think it was just the way the market was today. It was just so choppy. I just decided to get out. If I had held this, I would have had a really, really, really good profit, and I should have held it. Um, really, I had no reason to get out. The yellow is huge, or this is like actually kind of an orange, but all my LRCs matter. And when you come up and you hit the LRC and it pushes back down, you see that selling pressure, push it back down, selling pressure again. What I should have done is held this and actually added on this push down below this candle here and had even more profit by the time I got to the bottom. I didn't do it on this one. Like I said, I was in a scalping mood. I just didn't want to hold anything for long. And it worked out. So I ended up with a $143 profit on that one. And then I had a $380 profit on SPX today. Of course, I use SPY to trade SPX. You could use ES if you'd rather use ES futures. And either one will do. They both align perfectly. Um, Trying to pull up my SPX trade. Okay. All right, so my SPX trade, I got in, let's see, on puts. Trying to remember when I did it. I don't have my timeline. Okay, so it was actually right here. Yeah, it was right here. Yep, because I added on the pullback, and then I traded all the way down to the green. Okay, so I entered right here. There's several areas that I could have entered, so I couldn't remember exactly where. So we did have this push down and close below the red. It's exactly what we want. Take a look at how the LRC works, guys. So you see price go up, rejects it. Comes down to the red, rejects it. Goes back up to cyan, rejects it. This time came down, closed. I entered puts here. I got this move instantly. It was just like bam. As soon as I got it, I was already in good profit. I got in three SPX puts, or two SPX. I'm sorry, two SPX puts. I sold one on this candle right here. I then sold. I actually added back in on this candle here. Oh no, where was it? 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I actually added back in on this candle here. So I still had three at this point. I had three, sold one, added one. At this point, I had three. I did take profit when I hit this level again. I held. I took two off here. I held until I got this push down. I missed this. It happened so fast, I did not get to get out of it. But as this started going back down and I got to my green, I exited. Normally this would be a whole lot more profit, but I did end up with a 380 profit, and I did buy at the money today. So I don't know if there was just something up with the theta or the gamma. I think the delta was fine. It was at 0.47, I think, when I started. But anyhow, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But in any event, I did pretty good with this trade. Um, the way you can trade it using this strategy is simply enter on the second candle below the red close. That's below the LRC, the 20, the 200. Trade down, scale out. You get this huge push down. I'd scale out again with SPX, maybe hold one. You get a close above one green. I'd need two consecutive greens to exit. Get another push down, opens up here, pushes down below. This would be an add for me. You add here. You could exit at the yellow again. Hold, hold, hold. You're getting consolidation. Boom. Get this huge move down. If you catch the sell there, but I missed it. I did get it back when it came back down. Luckily, it came back down. It could have went back up, but I was able to get the continuation back down. So really easy trade, no sweat. I held it. It wasn't like a big deal. I wasn't even worried. And so then my other trade was for $340, and that was Qualcomm. And I want to show you what I traded for Qualcomm. This is the strategy, guys. And I saw this one setting up yesterday, and it was on a it was on um, a 4 hour inside candle is what I had here, and I still have my yellow. These yellow are the were my entry targets, and so this is 4 hour candles. And what I saw, or what I had set up, is if I went above, I was going to get in calls. If I went below, I was going to get in puts. I was really leaning towards calls because if you notice that I was my confluence over my week, month, quarterly, and yearly was all up green. So I was really hoping to get the move above to the upside, and that's exactly what happened. Now let me go to the 2 minute chart, and let me get here. This is when I saw it happen. I got this candle push up and over, and so I got in 10 contracts, and let me go look at my chart, or yeah, let me look at I printed off my charts. Okay. So yeah, I got in like immediately on this candle because it broke out of my inside. That was my inside bar move on a 4 hour, and my target was this line. I traded all the way up. I did take, um, I took all profit but one. Yes, all profit but one on this, or actually on this red candle. So I really got out of this in a perfect situation. I just let this go. Part of the strategy is it's really more of a swing, kind of a swing trading strategy, and you're trying to reach specific target levels. However, if you reach your target level, I didn't get all the way to it, but I did take all but one off, and I held and held and held and held, and I think I ended up just getting out right over here somewhere because I was like, okay, I don't know if this is going to continue. I'm just going to take my final profit. And I ended up with a $340 profit. It was very simple. Um, the strategy is called The Strat. And there's a woman by the name of Sarah. She gives some pretty good videos. I can't remember the other guy's name, Richard, I think. But anyway, the way they trade it is they look for breaks, and I'll show you. There's actually a key or a guide on how to trade. Let me open these up so you can see them. This is the so this is like basically their trading guide, and if you noticed on that chart that I was on, we had numbers under the candles. So all ones are inside candles. All threes, if you see them on here, those are outside candles. That means the candle has went above and below the candle before it. An inside candle means it does not get above or below the candle before it. So it's on the inside. Um, all of the candles to the right are the ones. Those are what we would call active candles. This hasn't happened. It's just showing you the possibility of how to trade. So basically, this is what we had today. We had a candle, we had an inside candle. We enter right as it crosses above the high of the inside candle, and your target is to be the next high candle to the left. And so I will go and show you. And also the stop is always for them the bottom of the inside bar, which is your number one candle. So today, I'm going to go to a 4 hour candle. I'm sorry, 4 hour time frame, and show you where the lines came from. Um, you know what? I don't see my. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Okay, so this is exactly what we were looking for. I created an indicator that actually matches the strategy. And what my indicator does is and you're welcome to come and get it if you're interested in it. It's in my Discord. Is it shows the blue is an inside candle, which is also number one. It draws blue lines, so I can delete these now, and you'll see now the lines they're very small now because we had another inside candle at the end of the day on the 4 hour, which I'll be looking to enter again above those, and the target is this level right here. On this day, on this candle, which was yesterday's candle, when this candle opened, my target was the high of this candle, which is this line. And as you can see, we literally got right to it when I took profit. So it worked out really well. You typically reach your targets. Sometimes you have bigger targets. Sometimes your targets aren't as much. But if you follow the rules and you take profit at your targets, you pretty much always profit. However, you can always, one of the things they'll tell you to do is they'll put another level here, another level here, another level here. And like if you get to this target, you could exit all but maybe say, depending on how many you have, leave a couple runners. And then if you get to the next target, you can scale out. If you get to the next scale out or take all profit and rinse and repeat and run that all the way up. So it's a very, very simple, easy strategy to follow. The only downside is there is a pretty significant loss if your stop loss is at the bottom of the inside candle, especially with one this large, right? Now, the reason for that is so that your trade is a success. Because if you'll notice, in a lot of situations, you'll get price will come back and down and up and down, and it eventually goes up and hits your target. That's why they use that rule. That's why their stop is down here. So it's a little bit more risky, especially if you're doing a 4 hour or a day. They typically do use the daily charts, um, or the daily time frame. I mean, and on the daily time frame, you'll have your stops are going to be even larger because it combines the entire candles. I mean, look how much this one day was. 164 to 172. So of course, if that was your stop, that's a huge loss. So I would, if your candle's too big, maybe not get into it. But one thing that's really great about this is that it's fractal, right? And that just means it's going to work in all time frames. The candles all work the same. So let's just go down to a 5-minute time frame, and then I'll change my strat to 5-minute bars. Well, you get a 5-minute inside bar. Of course, you're not going to profit a whole lot. Like if you're trading like this, you're literally getting just tiny moves, right? So here's your inside bar on the 5-minute. You move above it, you take profit. Look, I mean, it's not even a couple cents. But the point is it's fractal, and you can use it to scalp very tight margins if you want. You can change it to 15-minute if you feel like, hey, that's, I need to get a little bit more. So it's just, you can really set it up to work for you the way you want it to work. Um, so really cool strategy. I would urge people to look into it. I I'm not going to say I'm 100% sold. I just started using it, but I am 4 for 4. I used it for the first time last week, and then I used it again today. And there were a couple other setups today that actually worked with it. So definitely something to keep on your radar. Maybe put it in your in your in your trade strategies, that you're going to use, because it definitely works. But anyhow, I will report back more. I'm going to continue testing it, back testing it, and using it to see how profitable it can be, how uh, how successful it will be, and I'll just let you guys know what my experience is. I do know that trading the LRC strategy, I've been extremely successful. So I'm not going to get away from that. That is a strategy that is tried and true, and it's the one I would urge everybody to start using. It is phenomenal. Um, I was trying. Oops, what am I clicking? There was another trade that came in today that I did not get. No, it wasn't AMD. AMD was oof. So AMD did have did they have earnings today? I think they did. Or is it tomorrow? Oh, it's tomorrow. So we just had Ford. Let's take a look and see how earnings actually went today. We have Ford, Transmedic, and nothing really today. Just I guess Ford would be the main one. See how they did. Not so good. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. I don't think they usually do very well with earnings. They tend to always have losses, or they don't meet their quotas. So AMD is actually tomorrow, guys, after hours. So just be cognizant of that. And we have a couple things that are opening before market tomorrow. Before open is McDonald's, um, PayPal, JetBlue, Crocs, Tenet. Excuse me. So just know that if you guys are in any trades, just be really careful. Make sure you know that you're trading into earnings that could potentially tank you. I did have another member today. He got into a perfect trade, and this is part of what makes the LRC so incredible. And this gentleman, he's just a great dude, great person, doing great things, just a good person. So I get excited when people like that have success, and he's been super successful. Um, he took this trade today, and he got the big drop, and basically that was his day. I don't know how heavy he got, but he I believe he got in pretty heavy. But this is how he traded using the LRC. He happened to notice that IBM was consolidating around the LRC. So basically, what did he do? He drew a box, just like we talk about in our Discord. I call it out all the time. I'm like, guys, hey, look what's happening here over here. I didn't see this one. He did this one himself, and it was fantastic. Um, uh, but I will call out when I see this happening in live, and I'll just let everyone know, hey guys, draw a box around your consolidation. If you get a break above, get in calls. If you get a break below, and we trade these as breakouts. We don't wait for a close, because otherwise you miss the big move, right? Um, so he waited for the move below consolidation. He entered, and he got this beautiful trade down. It went 2 bars down, I think he took profit here, held, took more profit, took the remaining profit, and he was done. He's like, I'm done for the day. That's all he needed. Beautiful trade. And that's what makes the LRC so fantastic, guys, because you don't, if you time it properly, which, that's a challenge in itself. But a lot of times um, when you get consolidation like this on one of the LRC levels or between two, and then you get a break, it goes every time. So we are always prepping for, like, if we want to trade SPX, we'll wait for a consolidation of SPY or Qs, and then hop in SPX as soon as we get the break either through above or below the level. Um, Another great area to get in today would have been right here. You had these candles come and just tick through the 20, but then you got this close right here, right? And then this candle just went sideways, a little inside bar, and then you have this one. So you kind of have this little consolidation right here. Soon as that breaks, boom, get in that bad boy. That's it. It's that simple. You just get in. Trust it. Guess what? Your exit is right here. That's what makes this so fantastic. Your exit is right there. Your risk to reward is incredible. It's so good. So I hope you guys can see that. Let me go and see if there are some others, like oh yeah, Google had a great day today. Or let me go over here. Had a decent drop today with some good trades, but I missed Google. Um, right out of the gate, just huge push down. This would have been an entry right underneath the 200 just because of the big move. Basically, you usually get follow through with those big elephant bars. You get this consolidation. Look at this, is something to key in on, right? Look at your stopping on the green LRC, right on the money, right? It's stopping right here. But look at all your buying pressure. What is that telling you? Which direction is that telling it's possibly going to go? Draw a box around it, enter on the break, and you could trade right back up. May not seem like a lot, but you could definitely scalp this and get these two pretty solid moves, right? Then guess what? What are we doing again? We're consolidating right here. You get the break above consolidation, you can enter and get this whole trade. Like I said, today was crappy price action just because of all the earnings coming in. But here we go. Once again, you break through, you get your move. You haven't got through your yellow, so I would hold. Still didn't get through. You pushed through, but you closed back above. But look at this consolidation right here. Same concept. Soon as you break that consolidation, I would have a line drawn below this level here. As soon as that hit, I would get in. Look at what you would have got on this drop. Just incredible drop. Very simple, easy to trade if you know what you're looking for. Um, and we know what we're looking for as a group. It's just incredible. We have a great community, and it just makes trading fun every day. Just really cool. Um, Let me go and look and see if there's anything else out there. I don't really recall looking at this hood today, but let's just see if they had a trade with the LRC. Take a look at how the LRC is respected across the board, guys. Doesn't matter what stock. You can trade futures. You can trade you can trade shares. You can trade anything. Look at this. Little consolidation, boom. Hits it, pushes back up, consolidation, boom. It's just it's just too good. It really is. So hopefully you guys have liked this video. Hopefully you learned something from it. If there's anything you would like for me to go over, I have many videos out there about how I trade the LRC and my entire strategy. I think I may put together another really in depth, like how I trade. I'm going to also include some of my live trading. So it's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday live trading. And I think I'm thinking about having a free live trading day once a week for non-members and everyone. So everyone can come in, be a part of the group, experience the what we do each and every day, and hopefully enjoy and be a part of the success that we've had every single day. So anyhow, I hope you like this video. If you'd like to see more videos from me, and if you would, hit the like button and subscribe so that you can see more videos. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.